Hello, and welcome back to the Bad Friends podcast. This is episode 23. My name is Tomas Murphy, and as usual, I'm joined by Connor Keneally.
I
Say
love
hello,
how
Connor.
I love how the gap between the 20 and the number afterwards gradually gets bigger every episode we record.
Um, this week, we're joined by special guest Marley Swarbz.
Yeah, I'm here. Marley
We're
Swarbz,
actually,
famous YouTuber. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Um, Hello, Marley.
You're only our
Yeah.
second guest ever.
Yeah,
23 episodes
quite
in, we have guests.
that's quite a privilege though.
Our first guest has been on the show twice.
Oh man.
Less said about him, the better. Was
Oh, what?
that
Really?
was just a dig? No, that's just a dig at him. I want to see if I get an angry tweet about this afterwards.
Is there secret Connor Keneally Tom GW?
No, no, I do hate him, but no, there isn't any specific beef.
So this week, nothing happened. Nothing happened at all.
The world is what's the point in living anymore? Like nothing's happening.
Connor.
No, but seriously, like it's
Connor,
no,
really?
like no, lads, I'm not even joking.
I'm
Not even joking.
into the podcast.
Can we get really existential? Like, not even joking. This is like the worst
Right.
time ever.
Right off the bat,
Oh.
Connor says, "What's the point in living?" The second sentence he says in the podcast.
Well-
at this point, it's not exactly great, is it?
Well, you can just live vicariously through Animal Crossing.
I mean,
True.
I can.
And I can.
mean,
Can you, Tomas?
No, but I don't need to.
Tomas
it's the
just
best
lives
game
off-
of the year.
Tomas just lives off good vibes.
I just don't adhere to social distancing. Only joking. Yes, I do.
Animal
Stay home.
Crossing is a good vibe. Yeah, stay
Ah.
home, everyone.
Who'd
Stay
have thought
home,
that
stay
like
safe.
who'd have thought it'd end up being like Animal Crossing? It's definitely gonna be like the most popular game of the year. With
It might
just
be the most popular game of the decade at this rate.
yeah.
Are you seeing it? Like,
It's becoming such a phenomenon, but it just came out at the perfect time. It came out like what
Yeah,
was it, like a week after lockdown started.
but so did
Yes.
it came out the same day as the new Doom game, and I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a
just-
shame. I heard about
Doom's
like the first
apparently
day.
really good. It's
Doom
really
is
Yeah.
really good. I played the one that came out before the new one.
Yeah.
It apparently is like just as good, if not better, than the first game that came out. But like,
Yeah,
it's just not it's like it's not getting as much traction. I'd say that's probably just because Animal Crossing is as close to going outside as any of us are actually going to get for the next couple of
I
weeks.
just like the contrast between Doom and Animal Crossing on the same day. Like,
Oh,
it's amazing.
I loved how the devs for Doom, when they were being asked like what their favorite game is all the time, like on Twitter or like any tweets that was coming out, like what game are you most excited for? The Doom devs were always just like, oh, we can't wait for Animal Crossing. And they were putting up like fan art of like Isabel with like dual shotguns.
Oh man.
It's such a weird combo, but I still can't get over how massive Animal Crossing got though, like out of nowhere.
Oh yeah. Now to be fair, right, when Animal Crossing New Leaf was a thing, it was very big at the time.
yeah.
Yeah, I had all these big YouTubers playing it for a little while, and now it's just got to the point where it's like really, really high definition and everything.
Yeah.
And everyone's just all over it. Have you seen
Yeah.
how many people are buying Switches? Like on, I think it was Game, it sold out in a couple like minutes or so. Like all the
Yeah.
Switches, it's
Like-
mental.
Loads of shops now can't keep Switches on the shelves. Like there's that and food.
Yeah. It's weird.
Essential. What is it? Essential buying.
Essential shopping only. Yeah.
Yeah.
Essential items, yes. The Nintendo Switch, Animal Crossing. We love that.
But,
So, what have you been getting up to other than Animal Crossing?
Oh, me. Well, to be honest, right, I'm supposed to be doing like sixth form work. No, got no motivation whatsoever. Gladly, I've got like stuff at home that I can work out with, like gym stuff, etc., etc. So that's gonna be good for me. But it's kind of like awful the fact that people are they've got no equipment at home and they're just like not motivated anymore to do anything. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of just a shame, really. But at the same time, I'm quite lucky for what I have for like in these certain situations. So it's like,
yeah,
Yeah.
and I've obviously been getting on with like YouTube and everything, which I've been gladly uploading very consistently with, and
Yeah.
it's been decent. It's been decent.
The thing is, like, what I know from having spoken to you a decent bit recently, like you've been talking a lot about how like you're not gaining as much, but I'd say, to be honest, you've been gaining like quick. But it might be by my standards, but you're gaining fairly quick. It's just because your rival
Yeah, 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 yeah.
is
It's just got to the point where like I was too concentrated on her sub count, and then it ended up being like, oh wow, I need to be gaining that quickly.
yeah.
But in the end, yeah, we can talk about this actually. In the end, I've lost that sub race. She's got 1K, then
Were you
lost 1K, and then got 1K.
were you trying to keep it secret despite the fact she's hit 1K 3 times in the last 2 days?
Yeah, exactly. But like, yeah, but she's done well for herself, so like,
No, she has.
congratulate her for that. Like, I'll say that for a fact. Like, yeah, she's done amazing. And the fact is, my hair is now going to be dyed a color. I'm not going to say the color. I want to keep that private until it happens. But in fact, what are you two's predictions? What
for the
color my hair will be
for the
going?
color.
Yeah.
You
I don't know.
Since you put out
Green.
your Vlogger Joe thing, you've been like dropping hints at me a lot of it being like Super Saiyan God and going red like KSI. So I'd say it's red, and
Are you saying red? Are you saying red?
I'm saying red because your idea of subtlety is just to tell us the answer and then say, but I'm not going to tell you the answer.
It's funny, really, because I always like give hints to certain things that I do in the future in like like old videos and old tweets as well,
Yeah,
like to really future projects. Like I can't remember what the tweet was, but I ended up doing like every like starting of each word. I spelled out Morgs Exposed when I
yeah,
was doing the Morgs Exposed video, and it was a very good build up for it because someone noticed it as well, so it was really good.
yeah.
And yeah. So you predicted red.
I've gone red,
Yeah.
and Tomas went
I said
green.
I said green because I don't. That's the first color I thought of.
I'll end up being the next bad friend on the Bad Friends podcast with green hair.
Yeah.
Irish. I become Irish as soon as I get green hair, green PewDiePie time.
Green PewDiePie.
Yes, green PewDiePie.
Do you remember that era of YouTube was so fucking strange?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like all the posts,
like-
all over Instagram, like, I'm not weird. I'm just a PewDiePie fan.
Yeah, like Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, and Markiplier just dominated YouTube for like 2 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just blue, red, and green PewDiePie.
To be fair, YouTube's weird. Was weird then. It's weird now as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be able to say who is kind of the top YouTuber at the moment. I mean, like, PewDiePie is still pretty on top of the game.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think Mr. Beast is not really anymore. I think Mr. Beast is on the down.
Yeah. But he's still good with his
Oh yeah,
content,
he is.
obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think of who's like the best. It's kind of I mean, this could lead into a subject, but like the YouTubers, like, well, he's not even really a YouTuber, but like clips that I've watched of him on YouTube, and like he usually does streams, is CallMeCarson, which leads on to something else, which we'll get into a bit. But
Yeah.
like it like he's just funny, and his personality is just always out there, and I always loved it. Like every time I watched a video, and KSI's second channel is popping off quite a lot as well.
Oh,
I mean, I wouldn't say he's like, I wouldn't say he's amazing, like content wise, but like it's not like, I'd say the Sidemen's better, but still.
it's easy to watch.
Yeah.
Cody Cole and Noel Miller. They're
Mm.
they're really oh shit. They've really got like their content is they've nailed it. Like they've nailed
Yeah, yeah.
their niche. Like they're very good at making their content, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And like Will and E as well. He's been
Yeah,
really good
yeah.
recently, like with his first channel and his second channel popping
And
off
he's
like mad.
he overtook Morg's mum.
Yeah.
Thank
I
God.
think that's class. Yeah, it took time, but it is what it is. And then, oh God, I'm trying to think. I mean, conveniently, I used to watch Fitz. Not anymore. Not anymore.
I never really
Oh.
got in. I mean, I watched Carson occasionally, but I never really I never got into that whole gang of them.
Yeah.
What are the Misfits or whatever they're called.
Yeah. The Misfits and Lunch Club. But like,
Oh yeah, Lunch Club. Lunch Club are great, like Ted Navizian and everyone.
yeah. But like, I'm not really. It's a bit of like he said, she said so far with the whole Carson Fitz situation.
Yeah,
Mainly like the only reason people are really running to the hills with it is because Carson kind of tried to confirm it on his Reddit, his subreddit.
Yeah, it was Reddit.
Yeah. He just was like, ding, 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 we have a winner when someone brought up the allegations of Fitz and Kate. Yeah, Kate. I keep forgetting her name. But
Yeah, Kate Reno.
the thing is, like, I've been watching Carson now for about 6-7 months, basically since like around the midpoint of SMP, and I've been watching Fitz for like 2 years. So
Yeah.
it's a bit like, and I'm not saying because of like having watched Fitz for ages, I think he's in the right. Because if true, I think he's a complete knob. But
yeah.
he, because of the like massive platform he has, like he's basically twice the size Carson is in terms of subs.
Yeah.
Like if that sort of thing came out, let's say between, it would never happen, but let's say Mini Mentor and KSI. Because I'm basically saying that because they're both mates and KSI is pretty much double Mini Mentor. So you'd assume that they'd like speak, that like KSI would have to come out with it the same way he did with Deji, and he'd have to like make a statement. So when Fitz is in the position he's in, and so is Kate, Carson's already made his statement. Fitz needs to come back and either like
Confirm or deny, pretty much.
confirm or deny it,
Yes.
because if his audience doesn't know whether to think he's like, a big thing with YouTubers is you like to think you're connecting with the person rather than like a big company or an actor. So when it's the content creator on their own, you kind of want to know that there's nothing between you. It's like with a friend. You want to know a good
You gotta
bit,
know
not everything.
what's happening, like, yeah.
Yeah, not everything.
But
Like you don't
I
want
think
that
at the
obsessive
same
thing.
time, because Fitz has such a huge audience, like this is a very personal. It's literally between just the three of them. Like,
Yeah.
as the
I know
it
quite a
depends on
bit. I know a bit of information on it as well.
yeah.
When it comes to I think this is what Keemstar done on is the latest drama alert. This is the only one I've watched in like ages because I don't really watch Keemstar. But like it's saying that Kate actually went out with someone while she was with Carson, like at the same time.
Yeah.
And that rumor, it's a rumor. It's not true. But when I heard that, I was like, this is fucked.
Yeah, it is. It's bad if
awful.
that's true.
Like, if that's true, then Fitz has been done in as well. like when you think about it, two people, it's so like confusing and everything. And I feel like Kate Reno needs to come out with I think it's Kate Reno. She needs to come out with a
Yeah.
statement.
Yeah,
And
she desperately
if
does.
if she doesn't come out with a well, she actually needs to get it approved by like an esports team. I'm pretty sure because she like is with the esports team and they have to like approve kind of things that they post, like kind of like that. If you get me.
Yeah.
But it's like she needs to come out with something quick. Like
Yeah.
like if she
Yeah,
doesn't
they kinda-
address it, it's gonna be stupid for them, and also I feel like Fitz needs to come out with someone, but it's mainly Caterina.
Yeah, because the whole thing got thrown into the limelight, kind of like out of nowhere, kind of. So
Yeah.
it's not like they've had time to talk about it, to work through it between like privately, So now everything they're doing, people are speculating and all this.
And like, from what you can get from Carson, I don't know if like if you'd have seen this tomorrow. So I'd say you might have though, Marley. He made like a stream ages ago now where he was talking about like invasive like stan culture, how a lot of them like
Yeah.
are insane. And that, to be honest, like that kind of links in well with our point earlier from how like we said YouTube was insane in the past and it still is now, because all those posts that were like shipping Jack and Mark all the time that made them feel uncomfortable. Like the stan culture technically hasn't died out. There's still that like,
no,
this
stan
and
culture
this.
It's bigger than ever, I think.
It's improved. Like not improved. It's
evolved.
Like massively evolved. Not for the best though.
It's
Definitely
gotten
not for the best.
It's gotten like so much bigger, and the thing is, the reason why this is like that stan culture is so important for the Fitz Carson Kate thing is Caterina was a small streamer until she met Carson.
Yeah.
So when you've made your career off the back of Carson, and by extension then Fitz, Schlatt, etc., anyone who like she would have spoken to through that circle, when she does something like this to Carson, and it is to Carson, it's not like it's a menial like issue.
Yeah.
It needs speaking about from her, because she's the one that all the limelight is being pushed on now, because she's the one who has pushed herself up with him, and by the looks of things just cast him aside when no longer needed.
It's like she used him.
Yeah, so if that's the case, she's gonna get a lot of backlash for a long time if she just stays silent. And either way, it's like it's pretty much now as a damned if you do, damned if you don't, because Carson has
fucked either way. Like
but
stan culture and cancel culture are so closely linked. Like it's so toxic.
It's like stans wind up misinterpreting a lot of things. Another good example is when basically all of the iNabber stans turned on I'm Alex this week.
Oh yeah. That was
for the group channel, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the E-Boys channel.
They didn't add in.
They didn't include Fraser.
So a lot of like iNabber stans got really angry at everyone else, and iNabber had to come out and make like 3 or 4 statements being like, "Can you stop, please? I don't have a problem with this."
But he did.
So dumb.
He made a couple of tweets calling them snakes and that, but he deleted them because he made them like when he was upset about it, when he found out.
Yeah.
And then he tweeted like the next morning. He was like, guys, calm down. It's not. He kind of. He basically was like, it's none of your business, really. Just let us work it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was upset in the moment, basically.
Yeah. Which is understandable. Like.
It's understandable, but the problem like with that is, again, it's just because of stan culture, because he's such a public figure that without even noticing it, he puts out like a call to arms almost just by being upset. Like there's even people that we know, Marley, you'll know who I'm talking about here. Like if they're tweeting out that they're upset, there'll be people like one I remember is in the comments someone was like, "Oh, who am I spitting on? Oh, can I go? Who are we cancelling?" And it's
I know
like
exactly what you're on about there. It's so dumb.
Yeah, it's like why are you so quick to like to judgment?
I think that people who are like that, that's obviously not. I mean, stan culture is pretty much just a lot of it is made up of those types of people.
Yeah.
If you're a stan of someone, that means you're usually, you can be a fan of someone, you can be a big fan of them, but not be like, okay, I'm going to defend this person no matter what.
Like
the
fact
grave,
is, right? It's just like they don't know the full story of the situation originally, So why should you go and attack them for something like that? If you get me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't understand stan culture, to be honest. I just don't like it.
Oh,
Don't like it at all.
it's such a weird like thing. It's just so weird, and it's like still almost unheard of. Like a lot of people are still getting used to it. But one thing like people wear like being a stan as it's like a badge of honor. Like
Yeah.
I'm a stan for this person. But I think I
Yeah.
remember that this is like I think one of the only few quotes that I can remember because it was a long stream when Carson called out stans. Stan, the word stan comes from like a
Yeah.
stalker fan.
It comes from
Yes.
the Eminem song. Like literally,
Yeah,
the guy who kills himself over Eminem.
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
like
that. It's very apt.
yeah. It's literally stalker fan. It's why so many people are so proud to be a stan is still so absurd to me.
It baffles me quite a bit, to be honest. It's just like, why, why, like, I get it. You can be a fan, like, be a fan of someone, but just don't embody your whole entire life over that one
Yeah.
person. Because like
Yeah,
their choices, if you're so bothered about them, where you become a stan of them and just stalk fan, like their moods will probably affect yours, and we don't. Who wants that?
yeah,
Like,
but
it's not healthy.
yeah,
No, it's not. It's a toxic culture, but I think that's only like a small percentage, but they're so loud. They're so
it's such
Yeah.
a loud
active.
majority. Yeah,
Oh God. It's just the fact that I knew people who originally were stans and weren't that bad. Like
yeah,
you can be a stan in the past and not be awful. Like you can just be like, oh wow, this looks great on them. Oh my God, that's amazing, kind of thing.
yeah,
Not
Yeah.
physically attacking someone, but like literally like simple emotions that will be dealt with in a day or two.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I think.
It's crazy. Some people are just like insane.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh God.
Um, what was I gonna move on to? Because I think we basically covered all bases there with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You mentioned earlier, Marley, about like school and that with while we're off with the
Yeah.
lockdown. Um, and you were saying like it's kind of hard to keep yourself motivated while you're
Yeah.
going. Like that's probably like I reckon I read the main issue, but this like what's happened now. You all know because like I think that you're just gonna have predicted grades for like GCSEs and A levels, aren't they?
Yes. I mean, it doesn't affect my year like
Yeah,
as much when it goes to grades, but it'll definitely affect my year the most in the end, I think,
yeah,
because it goes for me like because apparently they're going to be opening schools like late this year.
yeah,
Like when I'm talking late, I'm talking after September when we're supposed to be going back.
Yeah.
yeah,
like like that's gonna affect my grade that's gonna affect my grades massively when I look at the grand scheme of things because I can't like work up to myself with all the resources that I need.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like it's so like it's shit. Like
yeah,
it is the worst thing possible that could have happened at the worst time for the worst people. Like for the GCSEs and like when it comes to GCSEs, A levels, etc. Like people are gonna be getting the predicted grades, which can be really good, but can also be really bad. It
yeah,
just depends on who you are and how bad that can be. However, when it comes to like the year like below people taking GCSEs and obviously year 12 going into year 13, it's gonna be really hard. And
yeah,
obviously, I'm a part of that community, so it's going to be quite hard for me to do my certain
yeah,
things. Gladly, my subjects aren't too like hard and essay. I mean, there will be a few essays that I need to do, but like I can gladly do them like concentrated because that's my mindset at the moment. So I'm okay, but it will be awful for like a majority of the year.
yeah. It's the same now with like me and Tomas's year group. We're in the one below our big leaving cert, but this week, how many days ago? It was like 3 or 4 days ago now, if even.
I think so. Yeah.
they finally came to a conclusion as to what they're doing with the Leaving Cert, which is the Junior Cert's just gone. It's not going to happen this year.
Cancelled because it's useless.
But for the big end of your life Leaving Cert exam, it's being pushed back to, is it late? They said late July, early August.
Oh, is it? I thought it was late August.
No, it's late July, I think. But what affects is the same thing as for us that you lot have, which is that our beginning of the year will be pushed back because a lot of the time the teachers take it upon themselves to correct during the summer. And if they're correcting from August, where they usually have July, August, well, most of June, July, like August. And now they have like August.
6 weeks maybe.
Yeah, tops. Yeah. We're probably going to be pushed back by like a couple of weeks for when we go back.
Yeah.
Oh man. It's such a weird scenario, especially with like keeping motivation and that. Like my maths teacher is still sending work now. Despite it being our Easter break. I don't know if yours doing the same, Thomas, but
no. I think he's sending like marking schemes and stuff, but he's not requesting work or anything.
Yeah. Our teacher is sending work. I've already emailed him and I've told him I'm not doing it because I'm on my Easter break.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
But like, it's so weird, to be honest. Cause
it's so surreal.
Every teacher has no idea like what they're doing. This is like seriously unprecedented for the majority of teachers as well.
Yeah,
100%.
And like some teachers are, like you said, Marley, some subjects aren't as bad as others, because for history, like me and Connor, we were in the same history class, and one of the big things is like a big project that's like 20% of the final exam, and our teacher just emailed us and he was like, lads, I know you're on your break or whatever, but if you're trying to, he was like, you can push on with your project if you like, because it's something to do, so you're not bored out of your minds. So some teachers, they do approach it really well, but other teachers are just like, do these and send them by tomorrow. And you're like, I have very little motivation anyways, and the way that you're handling it it's not helping.
Yeah. But like, there's some like I'm doing everything as much as I can. Like, there's some tasks like my English teacher is not collecting anything. Like, none of the work is for collection. It's just to help you move along. But I think like when they're just assigning stuff, it's a bit hard. Like, especially with maths. My maths teacher hasn't taken an online class. I know yours has, Tomas, but mine hasn't.
Yeah, he's done a couple.
So it's really hard to pick up calculus when you've never been in a class for calculus. Just off of what he's handing you. So I'm hoping now over this break, like a lot of the teachers would have tried at least familiarizing themselves with online classes. Hopefully. Because when they're just sending you like reams on top of reams on top of reams of stuff, and take that down now into your copy, and here's about 20 questions and have them done by 2:00 tomorrow. It's a bit like, I really don't want to, and I really don't understand anything that you've just told me. So
it's funny because like with I'm doing quite a lot of art subjects, Connor.
Yeah.
But like one of my things is doing it's basically doing a full Stranger Things poster.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, how am I gonna get the photos for every single person that I need the photo for? But I took out my independent way, and I've got 15 photos from 15 other people in my year group, and a couple from the above year to help me with the Stranger Things poster. So I've got a few photos, but it's still difficult, and I'm gonna have to work on graphics design and everything. And then I've obviously got other art stuff to do. I'm doing anime drawing and everything. That's easy. That's good for me to do because it's just drawing. I'm doing anime. I'm doing Cuphead. It's gonna be very fun to do. But then I've got, like, for example, design technology, where, like, the final exam is you making something, like, with wood, with, like, every, like, where do I have that?
Yeah, like the practical subjects, it's kind of all or nothing.
Yeah.
You know, you're either in your element right now, fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's just a bit of a meh, to be honest. That's how long depends on what subjects, and if you've got a load of essays to do, it's okay-ish, but it depends on the deadline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like with them having pushed back, like we just mentioned how they pushed back the leaving certs. I hope to God this isn't what happens, but if let's say worst case scenario, the whole pandemic thing isn't like under control by then. Let's say like we have to stay on lockdown for an extra 2 months, let's say. So they have to push back. By that point, do they push back the leaving cert back to October, or do they just decide now, oh, we'll go off predicted grades? Because by that point, students have sacrificed their
Students have
summer break
wasted a lot.
just to keep studying and studying and studying and studying for 3 months longer than any other student in Irish educational history.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a weird time. It just is.
It's unprecedented.
Yeah, like you see people on Twitter complaining about school and stuff, and you kind of sometimes it's okay, but you know, like no one knows what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
And it's okay to you can complain about, like, you know, the American government and like the British government even didn't really handle it as well as they could have immediately.
Yeah.
And you can complain about that, but like that's kind of as far as you can go. And that's, you know, obviously, you know, if you're supposed to be going on holiday or something, you can be upset about it and you can complain about it. But if you go on too much, it's just like you have to see the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like as much as human instinct really is just to go straight into, oh, you're an idiot to all like politicians. Like I'm not gonna say that there are like everyone's being the most intelligent about it. For example, it's not the Chinese virus, but it's a bit of like no one knows what to do. No one knows where it came from. No one knows how it's cured. No one knows how to fully 100% prevent it. All we can do is what experts have told us, and it's like there's not a whole lot more anyone can do.
Yeah, you have to really you have to really put your trust in like the experts.
Yeah.
It's a weird time. I don't think any other generation in the future, or anyone our age in the future, is ever going to experience something like this.
Yeah,
hopefully
for a long time. If it does happen, then the world's fucked. That's how I'm putting it. It's the end of the world as we know it.
This is such a weird time to be living through. But to be honest, we're doing. I'm not saying we're doing the best, but we're not doing the worst so far. I know Ireland has not hit its bad week yet. We haven't had our Spain or our Italy time of it yet. And
oh God, yeah.
Thoughts with any one of those countries. It's so horrible to think about.
Yeah, but to be honest, right, you know, it's really weird to think about the fact that this is going to be in like history GCSE papers in the future.
Yeah.
And imagine like one of our names is in it for something significant. Like, what did Marley Swarbz do?
In 100 years' time, the Bad Friends podcast will be used as a source in an essay.
Oh my God, it actually could. Like we are. This is quite literally is a diary entry in a way.
Yeah.
It is just like a recounting.
my grand
Let us
my
know in
grandkids
the
are gonna be
comments if
like-
you're watching this for your Leave Insert History. Can you imagine coming back to these podcasts in like 20 years time, and
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, thanks, this really helped me out with my podcast, with my research topic.
History. Yeah, that'd be
Imagine,
insane.
imagine answering like GCSE papers as a podcast though.
For example, this one I found, the Bad Friends podcast. This.
Well, there's the fake one.
The Bad Friends podcast, episode 23, featuring Marley Swarbz.
Stan culture,
Psychic-
CallMeCarson, and the coronavirus is
Cite
just
your
listed
sources.
as it's listed as a source in history textbooks.
It is insane though. Like,
It's
that
insane
is
to
gonna
have that's a
happen.
possibility.
Maybe like it won't be like it probably won't be a source like this won't be, but people will study all the media that because especially now the technology and like it's so easy to just say something and have a lot of people hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Like with Twitter and YouTube and everything, you can just put something out there and then it's still going to be there in 50 years time when someone's like, oh, I wonder what people were doing during the pandemic of 2020, and then it'll just be like fucking Animal Crossing.
How did Animal Crossing
Oh my
save
God.
people from the coronavirus? Look at
the
this source,
the influence
Bad
of
Friends podcast.
The influence of
influence of
the
Nintendo.
Nintendo Switch on.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Oh boy, it's
Oh,
it's
What a time.
it's such a. I've said it so many times this podcast, but genuinely, it's immense. I'm just
is.
hoping. I'm just hoping we'll still be able to like. I know that I'm saying we'll still be able to go back to normal life after this, but at the same time, like it's hard to see if there will be normal ever again. Like
this ain't right. I'm gonna tell you this right now. The world isn't going to be normal again. Like
No.
I'm gonna say this for a fact. For like ages, for like a solid like last year, everything was like normal.
yeah,
Like it was
Yeah.
normal. Bad things happened, good things happened. That's how it went. But then this year, it's went that far down that we can't get back to the peak. And I feel like a lot of people are going to drive to insanity. Or, and in my opinion, this is my opinion, I reckon the crime rates after everything's done is going to rise so high.
Oh yeah.
it's
It's
good.
gonna be so bad.
It's gonna be hard work for the police, like the weekends that it's all finished.
Yeah. Like
I think
kinda-
England winning the World Cup, it genuinely will be like that.
yeah.
Survived.
I mean, I can see a lot of shit going down because there will be like the fucking idiots having house parties like this weekend.
Yeah,
You know, like Saturday night. Saturday night, the police are like still breaking up house parties or like 30 people.
yeah.
It's so stupid at the moment.
Sure, it's like I'm assuming you lot saw this because it was like everywhere on Twitter. The videos of like the Americans in Miami for their spring break,
Yeah.
and they're all like, "Oh, if I get corona, I get corona. I came here to party. I don't care." And
you
there's
see
The
like,
most
the,
American
and-
thing to do, though.
and then like
see
it's
the-
like 90% of all people in Miami were diagnosed with the coronavirus. Like,
Oh.
Did you see that those like old English families in like Benidorm,
Oh,
No.
yeah, I did.
and they're just like, have a pint. It's just the flu.
oh yeah, I did.
It's just the flu. Have a pint. Get over it.
Oh my god.
It's really bringing out like the
Bringing out
real
all the idiots.
all the idiots are like on full
Yeah.
display for the world to see.
It's what a time! What a time!
What a time to be alive, like Bambino Becky.
And our live streams. Oh man.
But speaking of live streams, online creators are fucking thriving right now.
Oh
A lot
yeah,
of them
that
are,
is
yeah.
true. That is really true.
Uh,
I mean, I've been getting money on streams as well. So come on,
Yeah,
go on, get in.
Marley got paid to strip on his last stream.
Connor, me
Did
and
I
you
do
should start.
it?
We should start streaming the podcast, Connor.
We should actually.
Uh,
Just
that's a good idea when I think about it.
Bad Friends Podcast Radio.
Yeah, we were.
The Bad Friends live.
All right. So a couple of months ago, it was during the summer.
Yeah.
I had this. I was chatting to my dad. He was like,
You're
"What,
about
what
to
would you
call
like
him
to
my
be?"
father.
Yeah, I was gonna call him my father.
I was talking to my father, and
We were chatting, and he was like, "So what would you like to be when you're older?" I was like, "I'd like to work on radio." And he was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Cause it's good, cause I have the podcast with Connor and everything." He was, "Well, why don't you start streaming the podcast, and you could have this is mine and Connor's little business idea we had a while ago.
yeah,
we were going to have more than just the two of us on the podcast, like as permanent hosts.
Right? Yeah.
It would be me and Connor would be like the West of Ireland branch, and then we could
Right.
have whatever we were gonna get. I think it was Tom or someone like that. We were gonna have in England or whatever, and have like a whole a whole load of people doing a podcast every week. Streaming a podcast, so we could have people like our plan was like people around the world streaming the Bad Friends podcast.
yeah.
I mean,
we
to be fair, right? It ain't a bad idea, but it's, at the same time, it's just like, are you gonna really interview someone from Brazil?
Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah.
it's unrealistic. But we were just like, fucking, why don't we just do it right now?
Yeah, right now.
But like now that everyone's stuck at home looking for
not that bad.
podcasts,
It's
The
definitely not
market's
that bad of
open,
an idea.
boys. The market's open.
I mean,
Yeah.
the market is very, very like there's too many podcasts.
There is. Freaking
I started
ISOcast.
listening to like
ISOcast
3
looking
different
ass.
podcasts this week. Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck you, Tom.
Didn't even credit us.
Yeah, we were.
Tell you
I
what-
don't know about
tell
you,
you what,
Connor.
Tom.
I wasn't even asked to be a guest.
Nice.
Disgusting. You know what, right? How about this, Tom? We're declaring war on both Bobby Lee and the ISOcast, unless we get sent $1,000 and or get our link in the description.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Tom does he put? He doesn't have an ISOcast channel, does he? No.
No, he
No,
has it
no.
up on the Tom
Oh,
GW
fuck.
channel.
Pathetic.
He should
Ima-
make it.
imagine-
What a
imagine not ha-
coward! What
imagine
a
not
coward
even
not
having-
his own podcast
Imagine not even
channel.
having your podcast up on Spotify like we do. Link in the description.
Oh yeah, link in the description.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Is there
Tom-
anything else to talk about?
When Tom starts his own ISOcast channel and he has to, I want a sub race.
Bad Friends Podcast versus ISOcast.
Bad
I'm sorry,
Friends
Chief.
podcast versus ISOcast.
I'm sorry, Chief. I
Yes.
reckon we'd be in the mud, but that's just because he
I don't
has his,
care,
like,
but I still
little
want it.
Winner has to send the loser $1,000 each for each co-host, which means at most we lose $1,000, at most he loses 2. So
At most each we lose €500.
yeah,
Oh my.
2/1,000 on the line. It's like a pig
Um,
slips.
Are there any emails this week, Connor?
Unless you count
probably
all
not.
the ones from Buzzsprout and now Disney Plus, no.
Let's
Our
read our
email.
Disney Plus email.
Our email has our email used to pop off.
Dried up.
Surprisingly enough, we've
Used to
got
on
like
the-
double the viewers, and now we've got like zero emails every week.
Shout out to our last subscriber, Jack Arnott.
Up
The
to
25th
boy.
of February. More than a month ago.
Yeah, but that was public. We've definitely gained like at least 1 million other ones on private.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, as always, our email is in the description. We'll be like Jay Schlatt with his weekly slap. We'll just answer any questions you have, and/or if you just need a chat, if you just have a funny question.
Yeah.
Send us
Funny
funny
stories.
waffling questions.
Yeah. Yes. Please do, actually.
Send us questions about if you want to shag your sister. Let us know. We'll talk about it.
Do you want to shag your sister? Let us know and we'll talk about it publicly.
I was thinking of the good mythical morning like intro there. I was like, do you want to shag your sister? You want to shag your sister? Let's talk
about that.
Just like the intro plays.
Is there anything else? Well, I mentioned earlier, our Spotify link is in the description. So I don't know if you could be listening to this on Spotify. Our last podcast popped on Spotify, Chief. Like
it got like 13 downloads.
No, it got 32 downloads.
Jeez, I only saw. I didn't check.
Yeah, which
it
sounds so minimal.
Well.
It sounds so minimal, but the last Nowcast, which we all plugged, all 6 of us, got 3 downloads.
Way.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's
because I'm not in the Nowcast.
That's where the demand is. That's where the demand is. The demand is. I'm
the sex appeal of the Bad Friends podcast.
People listen to what Thomas Murphy has to say. I'm just here for that extra boost of YouTube credibility.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, so I think that's it for the week, is it?
I think that's about all.
Yeah, I'd probably say that's decent.
Links in the description. Marley's link will be in the description. Go sub to him.
I need I'm desperate.
Yeah. So Twitter's, emails, Discord server. I don't know. Connor sorts all that shit out. I don't.
Yeah.
everything that's usually in the. Thank you guys for listening. We'll be back whenever. Stay inside.
Stay home.